What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Ultimate Team. This is episode number 36, and we start today's episode off with Henry coming back to us and saying, okay, let me know when you're back, and do you still want me to double your players and coins on FUT for you? And I say, yes. Sorry for the late reply. I had to take part in a sci-fi convention for a week. How should we complete this transaction? Because, as you would have seen in the last episode, we did tell Henry we would be back soon, and I didn't get onto my PS4 on this account for another week, so I kind of left him in the dark. So sorry about that, Henry. But we'll wait and see if he comes back to us, and yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. It will be a shame if he just ends it, but hopefully we can keep him for as long as possible. But anyway, we also picked up 3 contracts there, 2 shinies and 1 regular, because we had a ton of players out of contract. I only just realised, and yeah, we go and offer them. The contracts seem to have gone up in price a little bit, so I don't really want to spend too much, but we go and offer the remaining ones we got. We still got that 199 contract, so I'm not sure who we're going to give it to, but there you go. We also go into an online single match with our skill side as well. Now, I have read a lot of comments from people saying, can you please go back to divisions, and I promise I will in the near future. Right now, I'm just not feeling very, very good about my ability, and quite frankly, I don't want to put out episodes where I'd lose every single game, which, let's be honest, I probably would in the divisions. So with that in mind, I think it's better to just try and score nice skill goals and stuff in the online single matches for the time being, and then when I feel comfortable, I'll go back into divisions or maybe the tournaments if you want, but we'll wait and see. But for the time being, we'll stay in the single matches, and the results don't matter, I do know that, but I just feel a lot more comfortable when I'm in the single matches. But anyway, we get the first goal of the game here in the 31st minute. It was Alex with a lovely half volley, but in the 34th minute, just a few minutes after that, Juve goes up for the header. It's up in the air, and Socrates with an absolutely extraordinary header. That was just unstoppable from the Greek centre half there. It literally just looped over everyone and went into the top corner. I had a man on the post, and I was kind of annoyed. You see him there, he leaves the post, and if he was still there, I think he probably could have got to it, but instead he left it, and I was like, there's no need for that. But straight from kickoff, Carlos Eduardo roulettes past his man, then a scoop turn, then a heel-to-heel flick, then a fake shot. So 4 nice skill moves, and then a good finish into the bottom corner. So they're all basic skill moves, I know that, but it's still a nice kickoff goal, a nice little response there from Carlos Eduardo. And I think that's actually my first kickoff goal of the series as well. It's been a while since I've scored one, at least in FIFA anyway, and I think that's my first one in the series. So it was a routine kickoff goal really, but it still felt nice to score it, and it was a lovely finish as well past Weidenfeller. That made it 2-1, and straight from his kickoff, he gives the ball away with Ramos here. It comes to Alex, who scored the first goal. He plays an amazing ball over the top, and how about this from Bernard? That was absolutely awesome. That's just awesome. What a great volley. And I know that Weidenfeller is coming out of his goal a little bit, so he just started to hold down triangle, but he's still got to get the trajectory spot on and get the power and get the accuracy all perfect. And the ball by Alex was lovely, by the way, and this volley is just sweet as hell. That is wonderful. That's a great volley by Bernard. Definitely one of my favourite goals of this series so far, because it was just a first time volley, no time for a touch, loops up perfectly, it goes into the back of the net. That was a wonderful goal, and it just looks so sweet, man. It really did. And maybe some people will think that's a basic goal, but I really enjoyed scoring that one. I thought it was very nice, and it was a great volley by Bernard, and that made it 3-1 to us. So we were back on level terms a few minutes ago, but now we are 3-1 up. But a few minutes after that, Juve comes forward here and scores a lovely goal for him. Real nice finesse shot into the bottom corner from just outside the area. Kind of frustrating goal, that one, because I kind of brought Dante out a little bit further than I needed to. I guess I kind of wasn't paying much attention, but I thought he was going to cut to his right side. That's why I brought Dante out for the interception, but it missed him, and it was 3-2. He see Bernard, a lovely bicycle kick, sadly saved by Weidenfeller. That would have been a really nice goal by Bernard, and it was still 3-2. But from that, he goes up the pitch here with his right back, Pizcek, whose name I just cannot pronounce for the life of me. He plays the ball out wide to Elia. He goes down the left-hand side, and I can't seem to contain him really as he chips the ball over the top. Juve runs through, he gets past Dante, and then fake shots past Felipe Santana, and then drills it into the bottom corner. I thought Cini might have been able to get a touch on that, but he didn't. It was a fairly central goal, that's why, but he didn't save it, and that made it 3-3. So the guy came back from 3-1 down to level it, so fair play. That was a lovely goal as well. A nice little fake shot in there, and a good finish really, but again, I think Cini probably could have saved it, but still, it was 3-3, and a few minutes after that, he plays a chip ball over the top, goes through to Ramos, he hits the bar, and then this happens. I was so frustrated. You can see me hammering the circle button there, and for some reason, my defenders just didn't want to clear it, and Dante seemed to walk into his opponent, and eventually Aubameyang put the ball into the back of the net. That was really annoying there, because that goal, I just felt not cheated out, but I just felt a little bit annoyed because I was hammering the circle button and nothing seemed to be happening. But there you go, it's 4-3. It's my fault, obviously, and it's 4-3 here. But in the 71st minute, Jadson's onto the ball down the left-hand side here. Gets past the right back with a nice piece of skill. Berber spin and a roulette. Gets himself into a shooting opportunity, but it's a great save by Weidenfeller, and it's still 4-3 to my opponent. And the last chance fell in injury time. Alex played the ball over the top to Jadson. Down the left-hand side, gets past his man, cuts inside with the fake shot, gets himself into the area, but he puts the ball wide, and that is sadly how the game finishes. That was the last kick of the game there, so a real shame in that game. I really did feel as though I deserved to at least take it into extra time. The guy was a really good player, and his side was very, very good as well. On offense, he was very, very hard to contain, but I did feel as though I deserved to take the game to extra time, but I didn't, and sadly, it was a balanced game, really. He took his chances, and I guess I didn't. Weidenfeller played quite well, and sadly, you just had to take it. But anyway, straight after that game, we went and brought an inform card. We picked up Mario Fernandez, the inform version. He, of course, is a right back. He plays for CSKA Moscow in the Russian Premier League. The reason I picked him up is because my defence in this Brazilian skill squad, although it's just for fun and it's just a skill side, I still don't like the fact I concede way too many goals. So I decided to pick up an inform Mario Fernandez. The reason being is because he's got a high defensive work rate. I've used his regular card and he's been awesome for me in a Russian Premier League side. So maybe his inform card will be even better. Hopefully it will be. And yeah, we buy an inform Mario Fernandez. We also buy Lucas Leiva of Liverpool because he's also got a high defensive work rate and a low attacking work rate. So hopefully he'll be okay. So we pick up those two players there with high defensive work rates. Hopefully we'll stop conceding as many goals. D'Alessandro does come out of the team, as does Gabriel. So we do lose a 5-star skiller, but there you go. You've got to take one out to bring in a defensive player. But I said I want to keep more clean sheets there, and sadly we're not going to keep one here. The guy was in front just a few minutes in, and in the 11th minute, a nice piece of skill by Carlos Eduardo, and a great ball into Jadson, and Jadson puts the ball into the back of the net. So we weren't behind for long. We were back on level terms here. The guy's side didn't actually look that strong. It looked okay, but didn't look that strong. So I thought I could probably get a win in this game. But in the 21st minute, he's through again. My defence just seems to split down the middle. And sadly, he scores a cutback as he plays the ball to Mertens. And that makes it 2-1 to my opponent. So that was a bit of a shame there. I thought that goal could have been stopped. But sadly, it wasn't. And it was 2-1. And the game was really, really, really tense. Not much happened. But in the 88th minute, we had our last chance to level the game here. The ball was played through to Alex down the right-hand side. He gets past Kevin Constant, crosses the ball in, and Bernard heads the ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. So with 2 minutes to go, we rescue a draw, and that was very lucky. I mean, Bernard, the smallest player on the pitch, winning the header just sums it all up, really. Felt sorry for the guy, really, to concede late on to a header from the smallest player on the pitch. But there you go, it finished 2-2. The guy didn't want extra time, which is fair enough. I actually thought he was playing pretty well. My possession was more dominant than his by far. I had 59, he had 41%, but the shots were quite even. I felt he, could have took the game to extra time, really, but if he had stuff to do or didn't want to play, that's perfectly fine with me. So it was a draw, and we came to this game for the third time. He had a BPL 4-3-3, Czech, Clichy, Company, Louise, Walker, Fellaini, Nasri, De Bruyne, and a front three of Young, Valencia, and Loic Remy. And the first chance did indeed come to him in the 28th minute here. Ashley Young is onto the ball. Lucas makes the tackle, but he doesn't intercept it. Young keeps on going, and Senior makes a good save low down to his right, so Senior makes a very good stop there. However, from the corner, it's Sami and Nasri who crosses the ball in, and it's up in the air, and Fellaini's header. Fellaini is just one of the most OP players on FIFA, man. He's so hard to break down. He's just so good, and he makes it 1-0 there, so he's in front. But on injury time in the first half, Bernard wins another header. Alex chips the ball over the top towards Carlos Eduardo, beats David Luiz and shoots, and thankfully for us, Czech just about couldn't get to it on time. The ball kind of just span off his leg and then crossed the line. He tried to claw it out, but he couldn't do it on time, and that made it 1-1 there. So a bit of a lucky goal, but we got to take it. But in injury time, we had the last chance. A free kick came to us. Ronaldinho stands over the ball. He drills it, but Pelicek catches the ball quite simply, and Sally holds onto the ball, and the game finishes at 1-1. So it's another draw, sadly, and as you'll see as well, he didn't want to play extra time, just like the guy before us, which is fair enough, which means, as you can see, I always want to play extra time penalties. I think it's better for the series, and it's better for you guys, but the guy didn't want to play it, so we just say fair enough, and we end the match as a draw. But again, it was another really balanced game. It's as balanced as you can get, really. 5 shots, 3 on target each. Both had 50% possession, and also had 1 goal each. So as balanced you could have got, really. So extra time could have been quite fun. But anyway, that meant it was 2 draws in a row, and from 1 loss from before that. And we also decided to use our BPL side for our 4th and final game, as they were back to full fitness after using the skill side. So eventually we get into a game here. It was a mix of silver and gold, this team. So I wouldn't say it was under strength, because there were still quite a few good players in there. I mean, Ibaba and Muriel as a strike partnership are incredible, and Cuadrado is an awesome winger, and Guarian's one of the most balanced cards on the game, so he's got a very decent side. But the first real chance I should say, come to us in the 53rd minute. Ben Arthur with a nice step over, then a roulette, then he plays the ball over the top to Asaid. He shoots on the first time volley, the goalkeeper spills it, and it comes to Sandro, who puts the ball into the back of the net. So 54 minutes in, we were 1-0 up here, and that was very good indeed to take the lead for one of the first times in the episode. But in the 60th minute here, my opponent comes through, plays a free ball to Muriel. He sweats the ball across the face of goal, and Cuadrado has an open goal, and of course he's not going to miss it. So on the hour mark, that made it 1-1 there. So unfortunately, cutbacks are very hard to prevent, and that made it 1-1. So he is back on level terms. But in the 66th minute here, Asaidi's back heel finds Clichy. Clichy finds Oscar, stops, scoop turns, then plays the ball through to Clichy, crosses the ball to the far post. There's Loic Karemi with the header. It goes over the goalkeeper and finds the back of the net. So we're back in front, 2-1 here, and the last chance came in injury time. Another good chance from the free kick. We give the ball to Coutinho, who shoots from just inside the area, but the goalkeeper makes a good save. We do win the game by 2-1, so I was very glad to get the first win the episode, and that was very good news for us. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, so that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of My Ultimate Team very soon.